All right. I can't even see the screen. Gonna take a seat. Oh, hey. Oh, man. Can y'all see me? Look good? Man, it's a nice day today. You know, you have to appreciate those around you. As we develop into a society that's overly reliant on technology and cell phone usage and all that other stuff, it slowly becomes more divided, and we start becoming more and more, or I would just say we start becoming more strangers. Or how do I word this? We start being more like strangers to each other, even though we're right next to each other. You know, have you noticed that over the years, it's more common for people to whip out their cell phone and like start looking at Instagram or something versus them, you know, talking to somebody. And I ain't gonna lie, I fall victim to that, you know. Sometimes I'll do the same stuff, but I do try to, make conversation with people and get to know somebody, even if it's for a small period of time, you know. And I just want to say that you just got to appreciate those around you because it's really all you have, you know. It's all you got. Us humans, we thrive off of interacting with each other. That's how we work. That's just how it is. Biologically, chemically, in our brain, it's just how it is. And for us to distance ourselves away from the people that actually care about us and give our hearts out to people that are not really interested in getting to know us is kind of crazy work. And I'm not even going to lie, I fall victim to that sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, but, you just got to do better one day at a time. I got to do better one day at a time. You put all this effort in trying to impress a girl or impress your friends or impress somebody when you have family over here that's already in your circle and they're already impressed with what you're doing. Matter of fact, they are interested in how your life is going. And you're shutting them out, but letting all these people that don't really care about you inside. And it's just sad, you know? A lot of people fall victim to that. I tend to do that sometimes. But we just got to do better. We got to try better. We got to be better. I haven't talked to my grandparents in a while, and I need to change that. It's just weird because every time I hit them up or I hit them up to hang out with them or something like that, it tends to flop in some sort of way, you know. But if I'm really being honest with myself, I only tried to hang out with them in person one time. And that one time, they weren't available, even though they said they would be. And so I just gave up. But that's the thing about life. You can't just give up just because something inconvenient happens, you know? You gotta keep trying. You gotta especially keep trying for those people that don't have that much time left, you know? Because we think, oh, they're my grandparents. They may not be interested in what I'm doing, or they're not gonna understand my generation because it's so far ahead from what they had to deal with back in the day. But you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised on how much they want to talk to you. And you'd be surprised on how aware they are that their time is coming soon, you know? And not even to sound sad or anything, but that's just the reality of the situation. The older you are, the closer you are to stepping in your grave. And it's important for you to talk to the people that are older than you, because you never know what type of wisdom they got down the hatch. All you got to do is open that door. I feel like it's very easy for the younger generation, my generation, to be stuck in their own world and feel like they have all these problems and no one will understand what they're doing, or no one will understand what they're going through. But just as it says in the Bible, nothing new is under the sun. You know, all this stuff that's going on, all this division, the politics, all of it has been going on for years. You go back like 60 years ago, they had to deal with segregation, all that other stuff. That's like that's like an extreme of politics and all that stuff. You know, they were really fighting. Martin Luther King and all them, they were really in there, not causing riots, but you know, doing peaceful protests and getting abused and all that other stuff, just for us to feel like we got it bad. Man, we got it easy. We got it too easy, man. So, if you're in my generation, just try your best to, do a little better on hitting up your family. I got to do the same. It's very easy to get stuck in your own world and focus on your own things, because that's how life is. We all get busy. We all understand how it works. We all get it. But sometimes you got to put your life on hold and check in with those around you. Everybody wants them to check Everybody wants someone to check in on them, but how often do you check in on somebody else? You know? You can't expect a friend to call you up and be like, "Hey, how you doing? Are you straight?" and all that. But you're not even doing that, you know? And since you're not doing it or not returning the energy, it starts to make them feel like, you know what? They don't even care that I check up on them. So I'm going to stop doing that. And then now it's just a cycle of separation when that used to be your best friend. All because you decided to be selfish and decided to only think about yourself. But it's okay. We all make mistakes, you know? And sometimes you got to learn from making mistakes, because that's how life is. But make sure this bad boy is still recording, because it likes to cut off on me. Where was I sitting? Oh. So, the activities that you do with the person, if you decide to hit somebody up that's close to you and hang out with them, it doesn't even need to be anything crazy. You don't need to spend any money. You don't need to do any of that. You see me talking to you, and I'm throwing rocks in the water. And honestly, I'm having a pretty good time. I'm currently on my lunch break at work, but I got tired of recording in my room. I wanted a different setting. I wanted to be outside and get some sun. So that's what I'm doing right now. You know, I'm not even gonna lie, it's kind of hard for me to just yap on camera because sometimes I feel like my videos have to be direct and straight on a subject, so I try to keep it on that subject. But sometimes I feel like me doing that is holding me back from cooking up what's in my brain. And it's weird because I'm stuck in between me doing this video diary for myself or me actually trying to put in effort and make this a YouTube channel that people can come to and just have a safe place to listen to a young 20-year-old 21-year-old dude talk. Just talk about life, talk about his experiences and what's going on in his life. That's one thing I really feel like the internet needs more of is just some more some slow paced stuff, you know? Like I feel like we have a lot of what we call brain rot, which is like the fast paced content. It's pretty much just content that you want to mindlessly consume because you're bored, you know? But sometimes we should just embrace that boredom and accept that we're bored. I feel like that's why we don't have, I mean, don't get me wrong, we have a lot of creative people in society, but at the same time, we have a lot of people that are lazy. I feel like the biggest reason why that is because we have so much content on the internet to consume, you know? My camera about to get knocked over? I don't know. Sometimes I feel guilty about not hanging out with my family as much as I do. You know, I haven't seen my dad in a while. I used to hang out with him every weekend, but that kind of just dwindled out. And I know my dad understands, you know, life gets busy sometimes. As I understand, life gets busy with him. But it's no excuse for me to not hit him up because sometimes I'm not even busy. I'm just in my room and I'm lazy. And it feels like such a chore to go and talk to him, but I end up enjoying it every single time. And it's the same with my grandparents too. They're one phone call away. We live in the same state. I'm truly blessed to still even have my grandparents. You know, my ex partner, she lost her grandma like a couple years ago, like before we met. And she would always tell me that, well, she would tell me two things. She would tell me first that she always felt like her grandma would really like my personality and really, she thinks that we would really get to connect and stuff like that. But she would also tell me that I should see my grandparents more and how she wishes that she still had her grandma so she could talk to her. And here I am with grandparents, siblings, cousins. I have a whole family and I barely even talk to them. Meanwhile, there are people out there that wish they had a family. There are people out there that wish they had siblings that they were close to. I didn't know how normalized it was to not be cool with your siblings, you know? Like I always grew up and my dad would tell me, or whenever we would have fights and you know, my younger brother would be like, I hate you, or this, that, and the third. Um, my dad will always come and he would make sure whoever was the oppressor would come and come correct. You know, they would apologize. He would make us say, I love you to one another, even though we hated each other's guts at the time, and it made me think that being cool with your siblings is normal. But I would really talk to some people and they would really be beefing with their siblings. They're like, yeah, I'm beefing with them. And don't get me wrong, like, I had my moments with my own brothers, but it always ended up getting solved. It was never something that carried on to the point where, we would block each other and do all this extra stuff. I never blocked my brothers. That's for sure. I never blocked my brothers. And I don't think I ever like unfollowed my brothers or had them unfollow me on like social media or any of that. Not that none of that stuff really matters outside of like blocking and stuff like that, but I can never take the beef that far. Like it's really not that deep. You know what I'm saying? Like unless like, my brother, has a relationship with my girl or something like that, then yeah, I can understand that. But man, like, come on now, bro. Like y'all got into an argument. Come on, man. 'Cause at the end of the day, the family is really all you got. You know, like, blood doesn't automatically make you close to somebody, but there's only a select few that share the same blood as you. They share the same DNA. They came from the same household. They grew up learning the same things. Obviously they venture out and learn their own things, but for the most part, y'all grew up the same. Y'all grew up in the same house with the same parents, the same cousins, the same aunts and uncles, and you're strangers? That's crazy. That's crazy. But I'm really talking to myself. Like, I may be cool with my bigger brother, even though like we don't hang out that much. We occasionally bike here and there, but I'm really strangers with my little brother. Like ever since he got into middle school, or ever since, because I remember it was like a phase. My little brother used to look up to me like crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like he would really look up to me. He would always want to hang out with me. He would always want to hang out with my friends with me and stuff like that. And there was a point in my life, I became a teenager. In my adolescence, I didn't really want him in my life. I found it annoying that he would knock on my door and always ask me, "You want to play with your Nerf guns?" Or do you? We used to play like make up zombies. I don't know if y'all ever played Black Ops Zombies, but we loved that game. And we had so many Nerf guns that we would act like our house is the map, and we spawn in and we killing zombies, and then we have this giant toy box, and we would act like it's the mystery box. And so we would get like a random gun out of there and then just act like we killing zombies and all that other stuff. And we used to have a lot of fun doing that. But, in my adolescence, I started thinking that was like some kiddie shit. And it was like, it wasn't fun anymore for me. And so I started denying his request to hang out and play the zombies and do all that other stuff. And eventually, he stopped asking, you know? And even though I found it annoying and all that other stuff, it just felt different. It was like, damn, like he's not knocking on my door anymore. He's not asking me to play anymore. He's not interested in what I got going on. It felt different, man. And ever since then, I haven't really been close to him since. He's doing his own thing, playing high school football, and he got his own friends now. And I should definitely try harder as the older brother. I should definitely try harder. But I don't. I don't try harder. And the consequence of that is I could potentially have my little brother move out, because he's a junior right now, dude. Like, he's a junior. He's about to become a senior next year. And after that, he's going off to college. So I really only got like a year and a half left to get close with him. or after that, it could really be my last chance of ever getting close with him again. Because I have no idea, like, I'm not even gonna lie, like, we went through a lot back in the day, like, he was the baby of the family, so he got a lot of protection, and it made me resent him a lot, and we would fight a lot, and there were a lot of things that were done that really messed his mind up and messed our relationship up, you know? And so it's not going to be easy. And I have no idea if he's ever going to even want a relationship with me, because we live in the same house, but we're like two complete strangers. I don't really know what he's on. I don't know what his love life is like. I don't know what he likes to do. Like, I know he likes sports and I know he likes video games, but I don't really know him. His friends know him better than I do, you know what I'm saying? Like, so just out of my experience, take it from me, get close to the people that care about you, man. Be careful ignoring the people that constantly call up your phone, you know, or constantly knock on your door. It may be annoying. Don't get me wrong, it's annoying as shit. But one day when they stop knocking or they stop calling, it's going to hit you like a truck. And you're going to start thinking, damn, where did it go wrong? So while you still have those people calling up your phone, you still have those people knocking on your door, and you still have people that are interested in your life, but you kind of shun them out or push them away. Start trying to lock in with them, bro, because, nothing lasts forever. Everything ends at some point. Sometimes I think to myself, what would have happened if I never shunned my brother out of my life? What would have happened if I at least said yes a couple of times? You know what I'm saying? Like, it really didn't kill me to hop off the game or stop hanging out with my friends for a little bit just to hang out with my little bro here and there. It really wouldn't kill me to do that. And I just think to myself, I wouldn't say every day, but it at least occurs to me, like, maybe like once a month, how different would things be if I just gave him a chance? But that's something I'll never know. Because at the end of the day, like one of my previous videos said, you can't change the past. You can only do what you got, or you can only deal with what you have right now. And so right now, unfortunately, I caused the deck I was given, or the cards that I was given, and now I have to play with these cards. So it's really, am I gonna play these cards right and get cool with my brother, get cool with my grandparents, and all that other stuff? Or am I gonna continue to let these cards just slip from my hands? And then now, grandparents passed away. Damn, I should have called them up more. My brother's out in college, he's getting married, and all that other stuff. And I'm like, damn, I barely even know the dude. I'm sure he'll probably invite me to his wedding or whatever, but if they ask me to speak for him, I'm not gonna have much to say. The only thing I can really say is what I know from the past him, but I don't know the new him. I don't know what he goes through. I don't know his struggles. You know, um, and that's something I had to learn with my grandma on my mom's side. She passed away so suddenly, and it's crazy too because I would literally think in my brain like, "Damn, I should call her up today." Nah, I'll call her a different day. I should call her up again. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I wouldn't really talk to her much. I wouldn't really give her hugs like that. I would always tell her, like, I'm not really a touch person or whatever. And then it's just so sudden. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't even like, oh, she's sick. She's in the hospital. She only got like a couple of years left. Give her a call. Nah, like, she was in perfect health 1 month. The next month, she is literally on a hospital bed and they're pulling the plug. Just like that. I feel like that's the one mistake that a lot of people have, or a lot of people make in life, is they feel like what they got going on is how it's going to be forever. You know, I felt like I was going to be a teenager forever. I felt like I was going to be a kid forever. And here I am, 21 years old. I didn't even really think about it, but in 5 months, I'm going to be 22. So my whole adolescence and childhood, all of that is gone. It's all gone. It's all gone. You know, I can only visit the elementary school as a visitor. I can never go back to elementary school and see what it's like. That's weird. You only had one chance to do stuff like that. Same with middle school, same with high school. You can't just go back and relive your youth. Nah. You can go back and visit and see how it's doing and see how the youngins in there are doing and stuff like that, but you can't go back and regraduate high school. You can't go back and regraduate middle school and all that other stuff. You can't do none of that. It's all gone. But that's enough yapping for today. I do hope that my camera is still recording. I hope that my mic is still recording. I hope everything's working out because I've been having a lot of technical difficulties. Oh! But this was a good talk session. I appreciate you for watching, and I hope you learned something this video. Make sure you talk to your family. Talk to the people that care about you, and call somebody up and check in on them today. You never know if they really need it or not. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.